Hey everyone, we're doing a deep dive today, and this one comes straight from the suggestion box.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Curt Robbins, he's a senior technical writer,
Yeah.
reached out to us and suggested we dig into a presentation
Okay, right.
from Write the Docs. It's called Rags to Riches, How Our Content Affects Retrieval Augmented Generation.
Catchy title.
I know, right?
Who's it by?
It's by Manny Silva.
Oh, okay.
He's head of docs over at Skyflow.
Got it. Sounds like a good one. So REG, like the thing you use to clean up spills.
That's what I thought too.
Okay.
But no, apparently we're talking about RAG, like R-A-G.
Oh, an acronym.
And this is causing a lot of buzz in the tech writing community.
Oh, really? I can see why. I mean, we're all going crazy for these AI tools,
Right.
like ChatGPT.
It's like magic, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, they can be a bit unreliable sometimes.
Yeah, like that time ChatGPT told me that the sky was green.
Oh, wow.
Okay, maybe not that bad.
Yeah.
But they definitely have a tendency to give outdated info or sometimes just flat out wrong answers.
Yeah, they hallucinate.
Exactly.
Which is a big deal for us, right? As technical writers, I mean, we need to be precise.
Accuracy is key.
Yeah.
So how does RAG, fix this?
Okay, well, think of RAG as this bridge, right?
Okay, bridge.
It connects these large language models, LLMs, like your friend ChatGPT, to the most up-to-date information.
Oh, okay.
So instead of relying just on their training data, which can get old pretty fast,
Right.
RAG pulls in fresh, super relevant content whenever it's needed. And here's the kicker. It also makes the AI's answers more explainable.
Whoa, that's good.
So you can trace back to the source of the information.
Transparency.
Exactly. And that's a huge win for building trust. People got to know they can rely on what the AI is spitting out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as much as I love the idea of AI helping me write faster and better, I also need to be 100% confident that the information is solid.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But here's the thing. Not all RAGs are created equal.
Oh,
The most common type you'll run into is vector-based. It's kind of like creating a map of your content.
okay, a map.
Yeah, where each piece of data, like headings, paragraphs, code snippets, whatever, it's represented by its own unique set of coordinates.
So each bit of information has its own GPS location.
Yeah, exactly. Like imagine this giant virtual library, right?
Yeah.
And every piece of information knows exactly where it sits.
I like that visual.
So when you ask a question, it finds the coordinates of your query. Then it zooms in on the content chunks that are semantically closest.
Even if the words aren't an exact match.
Even if the words are totally
Then
different.
you select.
Right. So you can phrase your question in your own way, and it'll still understand what you're looking for.
That's impressive. But there's got to be some downsides, right?
Well, think about it this way. Imagine trying to understand like a really complex technical document,
Okay.
but you can only look at isolated sentences here and there. You'd miss the bigger picture, right? All the connections, the context.
Like trying to put together furniture using just the exploded diagram.
Exactly. You might eventually get there, but
A lot of head scratching along the way.
a lot of head scratching.
So vector-based RAG can struggle with those nuances.
It can, especially with long, complicated documents.
Makes sense?
And, it's only as good as the content it's fed.
Garbage in, garbage out, even with fancy AI.
Exactly. But don't worry, we'll talk about how to make your content RAG ready a little bit later.
Okay, good, because I'm already thinking about my own documentation.
But first, let's talk about the next level of RAG.
Oh, there's more.
Oh yeah, we're going from maps to family trees. Graph-based RAG. This is where things get really interesting.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. So if vector-based is like a map, what's graph-based like?
Think of it like a family tree, right? Instead of just looking at how close different pieces of information are,
Okay.
graph-based RAG actually creates a network of relationships between concepts. It shows you how everything connects.
So if vector-based RAG is about finding nearby stars, graph-based RAG is about understanding the constellations.
Perfect analogy, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? This lets it handle some pretty complex questions.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Like, think about this. What are the security implications of using this specific API?
Okay, yeah.
But in this particular context?
So it's not just spitting out generic answers.
No, it's connecting the dots.
It can actually reason through different scenarios.
It's like the RA system is thinking for itself.
It's getting a little scary now, but also kind of cool.
Yeah, right. And the best part is the AI's thought process. It's all laid out there in the knowledge graph.
So you can actually see how it arrived at its answer.
Exactly, like step by step, which, that builds trust, right?
Oh, yeah, big time. Especially for us technical writers, we're all about clarity and accuracy.
Absolutely. But I'm not going to lie, building these knowledge graphs for all our documentation,
Sounds like a nightmare.
it's a bit of a beast, yeah. You need serious domain expertise.
And keeping it updated,
Oh, constantly. As your content evolves, the graph has to evolve with it.
not a simple plug-and-play solution then.
Definitely not.
Okay, so we've got vector-based RAG, which is quicker to set up, but maybe not as smart.
Right.
And then we've got graph-based RAG, which is like super powerful, but also more complex.
Yeah.
So where do we fit in, right?
Yeah.
As technical writers, I mean, how do we make sure our content plays nice with these systems?
This is where your expertise as a technical writer, it becomes like essential. It's not just about writing for humans anymore.
We have to think about how machines are going to read it, too.
Exactly. Think about clear headings, logical organization, and good summaries.
That's just good writing in general, though, right?
It is, but it also makes it so much easier for RAG systems to break the content down.
So it's like we're giving both humans and AI a roadmap through our docs.
Exactly. And don't forget about consistency with your formatting.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Using styles, headings, code formatting, all in a consistent way, it helps RAG systems identify information accurately.
Like we're creating a predictable structure for the machines.
Exact.
What about metadata and tagging? Are those still important with all this AI stuff going on?
More important than ever.
Right.
Think about it. They're like labels, keywords. They give machines context.
Oh, okay.
A well-designed tagging system, it helps RAG understand the relationships between different pieces of content.
Even if the user's question isn't super clear.
Even if they use different terms than what's in the docs.
So it's about making sure the AI doesn't get lost?
Exactly, we're helping it connect the dots.
Okay, so Manny mentioned that his company, Skyflow, they actually implemented a RAG system for their internal documentation.
Yeah, they did. They call it VerbaGPT.
VerbaGPT. Catchy. What's special about it?
Well, they use a combo of vector-based and on-the-fly RAG.
Okay.
And it's been a game changer for them. They've cut their documentation creation time, like, dramatically.
Weeks down to days, even minutes?
Sometimes, yeah. It's crazy.
Did they have any pushback from their writers, though?
I mean, it's a valid concern, right? Is AI going to take our jobs?
Yeah, that's the big question on everyone's mind.
But Manny was clear about this. He said, RAG isn't about replacing writers.
It's about making them better.
Exactly. It takes care of all the boring, repetitive stuff.
So writers can focus on the big picture.
The strategy, the creativity.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
It is. And it's not just about speed, either.
Oh,
They saw improvements in accuracy,
Okay, yeah.
consistency, and they actually started collaborating more, sharing knowledge across the company.
That's powerful. But this is just the start, right? What about the future? What's it going to do to the whole technical writing landscape?
That's the exciting part, right? We're just scratching the surface here.
Okay, give me the highlights. What's on the horizon?
Think about hybrid systems, combining the best of vector-based and graph-based approaches.
Best of both worlds.
Multimodal,
Multimodal.
working with text, images, video, all of it,
Wow.
and self-updating knowledge bases.
So no more manually updating those giant knowledge graphs.
Imagine the RAC system is constantly learning, evolving, all on its own.
That's a whole other level. So if the AI is getting smarter, what happens to us?
Well, I think the role of the technical writer, it's going to evolve too. We might become more like content curator,
Content curator.
making sure the information that's going into these AI systems, it's top-notch.
So we're like the gatekeepers of the knowledge base.
In a way, yeah. And we'll definitely need to become experts in metadata, content structure, all that stuff.
Making sure everything is optimized for both humans and machines.
Exactly. We might even see a new kind of specialist emerge.
Oh, like what?
AI whisperers.
AI whisperers.
Technical writers who know exactly how to train and interact with these AI systems. Manny talked about some of the hurdles they faced at Skyflow.
Like what?
Well, for starters, they were dealing with highly technical content, frequent updates, and people were constantly uploading new documents to the system.
So it wasn't a simple plug-and-play situation.
Not at all. They had to get creative. They developed their own chunking strategy to deal with code snippets.
To keep things in context.
Exactly. And they had to automate the updates to their vector database. But the point is, They had to tailor their approach to their specific needs.
So there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Not really. You got to be willing to experiment, adapt.
But it sounds like it was worth it for them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they saw huge improvements.
Yeah.
In accuracy, efficiency, collaboration. It's a great example of how RAG can really transform things.
Okay, this has been super insightful.
Remember, RAG is powerful. It can make us more efficient, more accurate, more collaborative.
But it all comes down to how we adapt and learn.
Yeah, and how we optimize our content.
For both humans and machines. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of RAG.
Until next time.